A silver fist. Everybody needs a little bit of silver fist. The ladies love it too. First, surfing. Almost, man. Silver fist got you beat. Today's silver fist got you beat. Sorry to say. Very disappointing, I know. So, let's see. Today, only those. Clear up this inventory a little bit. So that, why not? I want to get rid of some stuff. Get rid of some crap. Don't need any of these.
Be good.
What game is this? Just WoW. It's just TBC Classic. The Burning Crusade Classic. Oh, I don't need any of this stuff in my inventory. Maybe we'll keep that shield. That's fine. About to go do some farming.
What's on your mind?
So kind of preparing here for some action. You like me really. This is why you'll never be rich, man. Playing this all day. Yep. That's why I'll never be rich. Exactly. And that's why you'll never be rich, Fest, because you're sitting around watching. Are these 5 charges? Yeah, we'll go with that. We can make that money back. And we need arcane elixirs. We can get like 3 of these. That'll do, Peg. That'll do. Word indeed. This is just an impromptu stream. Just coming on to bullshit. Game a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But I was kind of right. I was hoping I wasn't. You know, BTC is now under 30K. It has been for, you know, nearly a day. And that's kind of what I was worried about, was that if BTC dips under 30K for too long, we're gonna run out of buyers at the 29K, you know, like 30K region, and that's gonna, you know, reduce sentiment a little bit and keep us under 30K. So I don't know where we're at right now. I guess I got CoinMarketCap up here. Just so happened to. Oh, are we back up to, or is this not refreshed? No, it was definitely not refreshed. 29,800. So it's trying to come back a little bit, I think. I haven't really checked it too much today. Slight uptrend since. But yeah, that's the problem, is that we're just gonna end up running out of buyers for that area, and it's bad. How's everybody else doing? How's your investments doing? Anybody buying anything? Anybody actually got some green numbers on their crypto? Of course, I suppose if you bought Bitcoin at 10 or 20,000, then you're just green no matter what here. But anything recent? So yeah, I'm just like kind of doing some solo farming on here. Like I gotta go all the way up here. Pretty far. So yeah, I'm just like kind of doing some solo farming on here. Crypto Blade skills is still green. What's that? I'm still waiting for, like, when Ethereum goes full proof of stake, like, there's going to be a bunch of people that make, like, original Ethereums that are still, like, proof of work. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people doing that. There'll be, like, 3 or 4 of them. Like, as soon as it goes full proof of stake, like proof of work is no longer possible on Ethereum, there's going to be some people out there that basically just take Ethereum and then just put it back to, like keep all the features of it, but like put it back to like block 1 and start mining it. And they're gonna like pre-mine it and then tell everybody about it like a week later. It's a crypto game. The token is skill. Yeah, so I never got into crypto games that much. I really want to. I want a good one. I think the only problem with like monetization in games is that the entire game becomes about that monetization, no matter how little. Like EVE Online is incredibly monetized, in the sense that like the ships are worth a lot of money. Like people have like millions of dollars on there, basically. There's like whole corporations that wage war on each other and shit. But it's not as bad. But I mean, like if like for example, the money in World of Warcraft is gold. So 100 copper here. Down here is 1 silver, and 100 silver equals 1 gold. So by having 554 gold, I essentially have like 50,000, or like 5,000 silver or something like that, or no, like 50,000 silver. So it's all the same thing, right? It's all like essentially fungible, because like 100 makes, it's like pennies basically. 100 of these makes $1, and 100 of those makes a gold, you know, kind of thing. And if that money was fungible, like meaning that you could send it to an Ethereum account or something like that, it would totally ruin the game. Like it would totally ruin the game, because everything everybody does would be about money. Nobody would want to raid, because if you have to repair your gear after dying, like when you die in this game, like your gear loses 10% of its armor value. So it says durability like 85 here on my pants. And so if I died, it would be down to, it'd be down by 8.5. So, so yeah, like, and then when you go to repair that, it costs you gold to do that, you know, depending on the level of gear. And so nobody would want to do shit like that. And then like anytime anything drops, like all it would be is about like needing it and then leaving because they got money. It would really destroy the incentive of the game. Like everything would be about money at that point, and it would really ruin it. Like nobody would want to help anybody. Everybody would just be farming. Nobody would actually be doing anything. It would be just nonstop people like basically doing what I'm about to do. That's all it would be. It'd be. That's the problem with crypto games, is that people go on there to make money, like to make crypto. And okay, fair enough. That's the idea of it. Like, I get it. Like, it's not like the sub idea. That's like the main idea of it. It's not like they basically take crypto and they make a game around it instead of making crypto around a good game. Hey, what's up, Christian? So I haven't found a good crypto game, because the monetization really destroys a video game. Then like there's a lot less incentive to actually play the game, and more incentive to just farm all the time and then just sell the money. And nobody would want to buy it, you know, to play the game, because it would cost money to play the game in that sense. It wouldn't be good. Like you can buy gold for World of Warcraft, like you can buy it. Like, you can go on, like, Chinese servers, and, like, they sell it to you. Like, you pay, like, $20 with your debit card, and then somebody logs in, and they mail you the gold that you bought. Like, I've done it before, but not, like, in a long time. Like, I used to do it, like, in, like, 2006, when this game was really popular. And, it was worth it back then, because you could get, like, 1,000 gold for, like, $20 or $30, like, $30 or something like that. And that seemed like a lot of money, but like to farm hundreds of gold for 20 or 30 bucks, is nothing. It's just, it's totally worth it if you're like really serious about the game. Like, so there was like Chinese farmers, and they basically have bots that go around and just farm the game, and then they sell it. And like, they have a character on every server, and you go on there and you select your server, how much you want, you pay it, and then somebody logs in within like 10 or 20 minutes and sends you your gold. But that's really not the same. I really don't think that's the same concept, because you could sell anything, you know what I mean? Like, to any game. You could be like, oh, my character is really awesome, so I'm going to sell you my account for $100. Right? Like, so that's not, I don't think that's the same thing. Right? That's not the same thing. But, like, if the money was truly fungible, like this gold, I could take this gold and send it to an Ethereum account, or I could send it to, you know, some kind of crypto wallet. I think that would be bad. It's just the whole game would, that's all it would be. And nobody would want to do anything that would potentially cost them money. Well, I haven't played my Paladin in a while. I feel like I'm missing something. I haven't played it in so long. Yeah, let's soup it up, boys. All games can be monetized. Yeah, it's not the same though. Really not, truly not the same thing, in my opinion. Like, all games can be monetized. I agree with that in a sense, but not entirely. Cause like, I could sell my character on here, right? Like, I could be like, oh, like $100 and I'll sell you my account, right? I don't think that's the same thing as like having truly fungible money that like anybody can just instantly cash out. I don't think that's the same at all. I think it's vastly different concepts. So, like, I think a crypto game is a crypto game, and I think that's totally fine. Like, I'm not bashing anybody that plays them. I'm not bashing the concept itself, necessarily. It's just they're not for me, because a game... If you're gonna play a game, I think you should have fun. If you're gonna try to make money, then try to make money. And you can have fun doing it, I suppose, but I think a game... There's inherent... I've been playing games like all my life, you know, and there would be very inherent problems with games that you can cash the money out for real money instantly. Like, you know, sending it to an exchange or something like my WoW Gold, and you could just sell it and trade it on an exchange. I think it would really ruin the game in a lot of ways, like, pretty wholeheartedly. So, yeah, you can solo farm this instance to some degree. It's really best when I have a healer with me. Just so that they can heal me and gain some experience while they're doing it. But my character's pretty okay at it. I need like slightly better gear, but like you get so much for what you do in here. Like, every kill is 14 silver, 3 silver, 11. So like every 100 silver is 1 gold, and then you get all this random shit that you can just vendor and sell at the end of it. But my character's not quite as good as it needs to be, really. Kind of don't want this abomination in the group. Not that I couldn't kill it. It just tosses me around. We'll wait for you. What about in-game items tokenized selling? That would make more sense than converting in-game currency to real money. Yeah. Again, wherever there's money, though, in a game, it doesn't matter how small of a fraction of that game that there's money that you could actually really sell for real money, people are going to make it a career, right? They will bot the game. Like, they will run bots on the game. Like, they will farm the entire game. And that's what the game will be about to most of the players. That's the problem, is that any small aspect of the game that you can, because hell, China can, right? You can take your gold and you can sell it to websites. You know, you can sell, like, and there's Chinese bot farmers that, like, literally bought the game and they farm 24/7. And their bots just run 24/7. Fortunately with WoW, it's not quite as fungible. So it has to remain on servers for the most part. You can still transfer a character with gold, but that's just it, is that you get to a point where that's all the game is about to some people. And if WoW was like that, then nobody would want to do anything except for farm. Just farm, farm, farm. Nobody would want to raid, because why do I want to get better gear and raid, like, and cost me money to do that when I can just farm the whole time and essentially make a career out of this game, like, by, like, just massively farming it. It's a thing. Like, once people have the incentive of money anywhere, they will make it a career. And they'll farm it so bad to the point where the game is just not fun for most people. So I'm really on the fence about, like, crypto games. Just the fact that, is it a game, or are you just farming it for money? And, like, is that really a game at that point? Like, to some people it is, to some people it isn't. But that's all the game is about at that point, is that it's just like, how much of this Ethereum can I collect in this game? How much of this crypto can I collect and cash out? And so you'd have to make a weird incentive, like, you'd have to so, like, okay, World of Warcraft, right? If you go to raid in the game, like, that means that you get, like, 25 other people, and you get on TeamSpeak, like communication, like Discord, and you're chatting, and, like, you're working together to down a big boss, right? So you can get really good epic gear. Okay, some people would still do that, because the better gear that you have, the better that you could farm. Like this. Like, what I'm doing right now, I'm basically getting free money. Like, this is an instance in the old game, and now I'm 10 levels higher, so I'm at the max level for this expansion, and I went back to the old expansion, or to the original game, and now I'm doing an original instance. And you get a ton of money for doing it, because it's solo. So you're getting, like, 12 silver, 5 silver, 2, 3, 8, 13, 21 per kill. And you're also getting, like, all this junk that you can sell afterwards. And if I had better gear, if I had epic gear from raids, from, like, the maximum raids, sure, I'm gonna die a lot, and I'm gonna have to use that gold to repair my gear, which, if you consider the gold real money in this hypothetical scenario, that you could actually, like, if it was blockchain gold and I could send it to an Ethereum wallet or something like that, it would be costing me real money to repair my gear. But I would have better gear by raiding, even though it costed me money, so that I could go to this instance or go out in the world and farm gold at a faster rate, because I do more damage, I'm stronger, I'm faster, you know, yada yada. Right, so that's the kind of structure you would have to make in the game. So I think WoW would make a reasonable blockchain gold game where, like, I can sell my real gold for money, but I also want to keep it so I can upgrade my gear and shit like that, so that I can get gold faster. So there's that. But then people would just run bots 24/7. People already do with mages. Like, if you have a mage in this game, which is basically a sorcerer, in case anybody doesn't know. So the mage can do this spell called Blizzard, and it's this circle, and you point it on the ground, and wherever the blizzard is, everything is slowed. So everything is, like, frozen, and it's slow, and it dramatically slows the units by, like, 40%. inside the blizzard. So you can blizzard, back up, and blizzard, and keep doing it. And you'll kill anything in the game, basically. So people will farm shit like this with a mage, but you could just program a bot to do it. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, there are some inherent problems with crypto games, and that, is it a game or is it money? And if it's a game, then that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to do, because then people are just going to log on the game and bot the game and make it a career. Wherever there's money, people will go, and they will try, and they will do it. And that's what a lot of people do those crypto games for. They're like, oh, I'm going to get in first. I'm going to get money, you know? And then when the money's not good, they're just going to play a different game. So it's just like crypto, right? So like you find a new proof of work coin. So you put your GPUs on it. Like Vertcoin comes along. So you point your GPUs at Vertcoin, and you're making money. You're making $10 a day with your GPUs. You're like, yeah, I'm making okay money, right? And then all of a sudden, too many people hop onto Vertcoin. And now your rewards go down to $8. And a new coin comes along. You can mine that new coin for $10 a day. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to move on to that new coin. So that's another inherent problem with crypto video games, okay? So like, let's say WoW is a crypto video game. So I'm making money by playing this game. And then all of a sudden a new game comes along. It promises more Bitcoin rewards. It promises more Ethereum rewards. It promises this, that, or the other thing, right? So everybody switches. Now this game is dead, and everybody just switched over to a different game. So there was no value in the game. You were just doing it for money. Everybody was just doing it for money. It's just not a good idea. Like just I don't know. I haven't found a good one. I want to find a good crypto game, but like in my opinion, just play a game for fun. You know, I don't know. Literally just like crypto. Yeah, I mean, like, as soon as something new comes along, everybody's just going to abandon it. So if you really liked that game, right? If you were like, man, you know what? I don't care about the money. I think it's a really cool game. You know, and like, I'm just playing this game because, you know, it's partially crypto and it's partially fun, right? Hey, fair enough. Good for you. But like, everybody's just going to leave as soon as like there's new profit somewhere else. And then your game is just dead. I don't know. Like the incentive of money really messes up a lot of things. See, huge gold. 18 silver, 24 silver, 27 silver. Really good revenue doing this. So where's the real box? Must be this one. People that want to make money in gaming might as well go down the esport route. Yeah, but that's... Yeah, I guess. Or Twitch. Just live stream. I mean, you know, people might like you, people might not. You know, people might watch you, people might not. Overall, people really don't watch my gaming streams. Even though I'm still talking about crypto and whatnot. How do you get a 3-year-old to stop yelling at you? Depends on what they're yelling at you about. Turn on Netflix and put on the B movie. Hello, wow, TBC so bad. You didn't like TBC? TBC was an alright expansion. I think Wrath was a little bit better. It's hard to say. How much gold per hour can you do? You can do quite a bit here in Strat. My Paladin isn't the best decked out Paladin for this. It's pretty good though, but it's not like super optimal. But there's people that can make like hundreds of gold per hour like doing this. You just basically sell everything and holy water, take that, take that. See, and then afterwards, you just, I mean, just looting shit. It's just, like 23 silver there from some of the ghouls. 23 silver, 18 silver, 5. It's a ton. Plus, you, like, kill the little, like, the bosses, like, the Unforgiven right there. I just got the Soulbreaker axe, which will probably sell for, like, 3 or 4 gold. Just, like, vendoring. So you just go and you just vendor it all. Is it YouTube or Twitch better? That depends. Like, for videos, YouTube. For videos, YouTube, no doubt. For having viewers, Twitch. For, like, so if you were to pose the question to me, like, okay, you can have 1,000 viewers live right now, but you have to choose between on YouTube or on Twitch, I would choose Twitch. Because you really want to be a partner on Twitch. Like, I'm an affiliate on Twitch, but not nearly as many people watch me on Twitch because of my YouTube channel, I guess. And then when I do stream games like I'm doing now, I don't get nearly as many. Like, I would have probably 3 to 4 times the viewers on YouTube right now if I was doing actual, like, like with a crypto name and like crypto clickbait, you know what I mean, and like talking specifically about like crypto news or a topic. Even though I still do that when I'm streaming, it's just people see it and they immediately click away. There's like and then they like unsubscribe too. But you know what? I don't think I really care. Like I'm not sure. I used to care and be like, oh man, I don't want people unsubscribing because I'm gaming, you know. But you know what? I don't think I care. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out if I care or not. I do a little bit. I don't want people to unsubscribe, but I also want to be able to do exactly what I want to do, like when I want to do it, and like not have you know, like that weighing over me. Like I was just bored. Nothing, you know, not too much going on. Felt like streaming. But I am live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so if anybody in the chat does prefer Twitch, there should be a link to my Twitch in the description. Give me a follow on there if you happen to have a Twitch. If you don't, make one. Twitch is better for live streaming. If you like watching live streams at all, Twitch is far better. For gaming, really. For like crypto live streams, I suppose most crypto YouTubers are just streaming on YouTube, but there are some crypto streams on Twitch too. There's an actual crypto category on Twitch, and it's mostly just like bots, like running a TA. Like running like a like an exchange, just like live, and like watching the price go up and down, and it just has like 200 viewers, and it's been up for like 72 hours, and all it is just like a chart. But so I have no idea why people get that many views for just like running a chart on their street. For hot tub stream, oh yeah, I want to do a hot tub stream. I want to get a kiddie pool and like put my camera like down on my desk instead, and like be on the floor with a fucking kiddie pool in some shorts, do myself a nice hot tub live stream. Yeah, there's literally a hot tub category on Twitch, and it's just nothing but thoughts like in hot tubs, like with bikinis on, just getting simp money. Twitch is better for just live streaming gaming, period. Like if you wanted to be big, like if you wanted to be a big live streamer, make money, have a lot of viewers, Twitch. YouTube is great for taking your content and then putting it on YouTube. Do I have a hot tub? I do not have a hot tub, but I can buy a kiddie pool for $5 and then fill it up with a bucket and then sit in it for 3 hours and do a live stream, a hot tub live stream. That's what a lot of the chicks do. Like there's a hot tub category on Twitch, and all it is they're just in a kiddie pool in a bikini, just getting simp money. Just like just what it is. It is what it is. You guys like that 360? But I was just gonna get a kiddie pool. Like one that's like that deep, you know, like a freaking kiddie pool, and just sit in it. And call it a hot tub stream. And do crypto news and whatnot. COVID. It's okay. It's in my own house. I'm fine. Boom. Now that should piss him off. Oh yeah, that sure pissed him off. Woo, almost died. So that's kind of why I need a healer. I just need a little bit of heals. Like if I just had a few heals from even like a level 50 healer, I'd be alive. Well, I'm not dead, but I hate to use my lay on hands, and that's like a 1 hour cooldown. It like fully heals you. Oh, I'm not tossed on my Stratham holy water either. I keep forgetting that. Like every pull, I can throw this holy water down, and it does a shitload of damage to undead. Do you think Bitcoin will bottom out at 20K? Well, I don't know when it's gonna bottom out. Like I wish it did. Are you a clicker? I'm a bit of a clicker. I'm a mix, Saxony. I'm a mix. I'm a partial keyboard, partial clicker. But yeah, I keep forgetting about my holy water. But yeah, no, I was saying before, like, about the 30,000 mark. Like, we kept dipping to 30,000 and slightly under it, and then going back up. And I told everybody, I'm like, this is going to be a problem soon. If we don't sort of break out of this little area, this is going to be a problem, because eventually people are going to run out of money. They're going to run out of money at the 20,000 or at the 29,000 mark, like when it dips under 30K and everybody's been buying it right up like it's a good deal, which it kind of was if you're a trader. But eventually the money's going to run out. It's not going to come back. Like, it's just not. Sano, thanks for following me on Twitch. I appreciate you. Hot follows. Appreciate you. I'm just using this like 45 water, the freebie stuff I'm getting from the boxes. 88-cent ADA, gonna buy some then. Yeah, that might be a good deal. ADA's going down a good amount. It looks like it's finally sort of run out of steam. It's $1.06 now, but I believe in $2 ADA. I don't think that's too outrageous, especially once there's a lot more smart contracts like tokenization on the ADA blockchain. I think $2 ADA is really is not unreasonable at all. I don't think it's any sort of wild prediction to say that. Free stuff? Nope. Whee! Follow me, boys. Boom, that holy water. I've been loading up more and more on my shorts every time it went over 36K. Yeah, shortens Not the worst bet right now. Especially if you started shorting at 60K. Oh my god. You know what I mean? Like, even if it went up $10,000 right now, you wouldn't get liquidated because it'd have to go all the way back to like $60,000. Oh man, the people that are shorting it when it was 60K, holy shit! Imagine still having a short. Was that the courier? Get a bat here, courier. Don't need you. Yeah, I've always been a bit of a mix Saxony, like in this game. Like, I use my left hand for like hotkeys for like the left side of my most used skills, and then I will click the right side, which I know is not entirely efficient for this game, but it has literally never negatively affected me. But I don't really arena that much. Like, I never really did. I did a little bit, and that's where you really need to be using your hotkeys. But in PvE, totally unnecessary. I mean, I've been a main tank for guilds all the way up to Nox Ramus and Classic. I've main tanked Karazhan in many TBC instances, Wrath instances. I've been DPS, I've been heals, and I've never had a problem. For method, yeah. You'd talk shit that you're a clicker, and I would care extremely little. Because you wouldn't know if I was raiding with you. You wouldn't know one bit. People think that clicking is better, but it's better for PvP, just because you need to be using... I would argue that you use much more of your skills in PvP than you do in PvE. Took that. No. Boop. So, and I mostly PvE. PvP a little bit, but I've never had a problem with it. Yeah, you'd be stunned. You'd be stunned and taken aback. Like, I would stagger you in your like, if you stood up right now, you would be staggered. Like, whoa, like all over the place at how little I would care if somebody was talking shit that I was a clicker. You guys would all be stunned at how little I would care. I've been a YouTuber, streamer. I don't even like the term YouTuber because I feel like those are like reserved for bigger YouTubers than myself, but I've been an internet public figure for many, many years. I've heard far worse. And I'm an excellent debater. I'll get anybody on just about anything. Like, take it somewhere else. You're about to lose, my friend. You know what I mean? Don't embarrass yourself. You know? Take it somewhere else where you're gonna win. Woo woo! Burn them up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've heard of method, but like there's pretty much a method on like every server though. So it's a pretty common guild name. Man, I think I'm gonna die actually. I don't think I'll be able to handle all these. Nah. Yeah, so my palette is just it needs a little bit more, slightly more work. So like if I hadn't used Avenging Wrath there, I could have just Divine Shielded and healed. So that's sort of a problem. I need a few more pieces of gear. Like this isn't even tank shoulders, it's just plate with spell power. I haven't really had a lot into this yet. I really need the Libram for Consecrate. Or the heroic Libram for increased blocking when you use shield block. Or Holy Shield. I could use Debiri's or a different other trinket too. My tank cloak is non-existent. I need Devil Shark cloak or whatever it is from Steam Vaults. Sorry. Do you think we can fall back to 6,500? I want to doubt that. I really want to doubt that. I figure people will buy it very quickly before losing from 60,000 to 6,500. But smart contracts by September, yes, for ADA, so I think that'll help a little bit. I don't think it'll help too much in this bearish kind of market that we're in at the moment. I don't think it would be effective in this bear market. You could call this a bear market. I know, like, if you look back a year and a half ago, we're still higher than where we were. But like from 60K to 30K, I mean, we're at a 50%, down and still kind of downtrending. So you could call this. Let's just call it bearish, right? It's a fairly bearish market, and I think if ADA released the smart contracts and stuff, it wouldn't help too much. But if it was during a bull run, it would be significantly bigger. Yeah. Dark. Well, at least these are still here. I mean, like, buying it now in the bear run is going to, like, if it does go way back up, of course it's going to be better, but we just don't know how low it's going to get. So, hard to say. Aw, man, I died and used one of my greater arcanes. Blast. I think this is like the last pull anyway. Hey, MrSotko, I dig your videos. Thank you, MCW. Hey guys, I'm on Twitch as well. If you happen to have Twitch, or you prefer Twitch, head on over, give me a follow on there. Because sometimes I stream only on Twitch. So if you want to catch them all, Pokemon style. Yeah, there's not even many of these left. Not even any casters. I don't have to LOS them. Burn them up! I don't mine anymore. And I don't proof of work mine anymore. I mean, I did miss out on the big Ethereum boom for like 3 months there, but it's just too much work anymore. Plus, like, there's no good proof of work coins coming out anymore. It's just like Ethereum. I mean, I used to mine 2017, 2018, 2019 a little bit too. And when there was like a new proof of work coin like every day, that was great. But anymore, yeah. Any game you do co-play with your viewers? Yeah, I have. I used to play World of Warships quite a bit, and anybody that wanted to play could just hop on, and I'd invite them. I play Company of Heroes 2, so if anybody plays Company of Heroes 2, I will play a game with you. I I'm on WoW here. I'm on the server Westfall. So if you happen to play WoW and you happen to be on the server of Westfall, I'll play with you. Like, I mean, I don't. WoW is kind of weird in the sense that like, it's really just not about like playing with people, but you kind of have to like have similar interests and like level and whatnot to some degree, unless you're just boosting somebody. But yeah, I mean, like I'll play with people. It's just a matter of what game it is, and if I have it, and if I'm playing, you know. But when I played World of Warships a lot, I played with a lot of people. But I haven't played that game in quite a while. I don't know how much money I got on that run. Not too bad. I didn't check to see how much money I had when I came in. But with that death, it really slowed it down a lot. So, like, in situations like that, I can't use Avenging Wrath to do a lot more damage. I just have to do mediocre damage and then Divine Shield and heal myself up. And whereas, like, really geared paladins can just Avenger Shield them all down. But I'll go Vendor. And then get like a baseline of how much money. Yeah, I would like to play Company Heroes. They're coming out with Company Heroes 3. I don't know when it's going to come out. It's in like pre-alpha right now, so it's going to be quite a while. But I played Company Heroes 2. I've actually never played Company Heroes 1, although some people argue it's better than Company Heroes 2. But I like Company Heroes 2. You played the first version in 1999? Yeah, I don't know when it came out. But Company Heroes 2 came out in 2013. Might have been 2014. Pretty sure it's 2013, though. Yeah, Company Heroes 2 is great. I play it fairly regularly. I don't know, like a game a night sometimes. I used to play it like all the time. I used to do like casting of it and stuff like that. I got a bunch of videos on my channel. I got like 100 and like almost like 180 or 160, 170, something like that. Replay casts of Company Heroes 2. Shoutcasts that I would do. So I'm very, very, very familiar with Company Heroes 2. I'm pretty good at it. My best game, like, in terms of my gameplay, is generally real-time strategy games. Okay, so we're at, like... Let's see where we are after selling everything. We'll just vendor all this. Don't need it. Don't want it. God damn. All kinds of sneezes. Yeah, see, like 4.5 gold for that. So you get quite a bit. It's just I need to like reduce my bag more. Like, oh no, I don't want to sell that. I need to clear up my bag space a little bit better. Like, I've got some unnecessary things like sitting around for the most part. I don't even need these. I haven't turned those in for some reason. Age of Empires. That's always, yeah, it was a good game. Empire Earth was fun too. But I played a lot of StarCraft, StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, Company Heroes 2, Wargame Red Dragon was a game I played a lot. So 603 gold. So I think I went up about 40 from that run. Which is not bad. But if my gear was a little bit better, it could be slightly better. And if I had like 18 slot bags, which I just got these 16ers. So that'd be a little bit more room each. I guess I could do this like SMS authenticator thing and get 4 free spaces, but I just never did. Emulated PS3 games. Yeah, I had a PlayStation 1 emulator for a while. I was playing Star Ocean: The Second Story, and Breath of Fire 3. Real good times. Does WoW have a monthly fee? Yes. It's $15 a month. But it's like free now. You just download it, I believe. I don't think there's a cost to downloading Classic and TBC Classic to play it. You do have to pay for the latest expansion, which is called Shadowlands, which is like the modern game, but this is like Classic. This is TBC Classic, so I think you just download it. I think it's free, but there is a monthly fee. Yeah, there always has been. It's been $15 since like November of 2004. It's well worth it if you like MMORPGs. WoW is the king shit of MMORPGs. Although a lot of people are moving on to Final Fantasy 14, but if you like MMORPGs, WoW is king MMORPG. Like it's WoW Classic is one of the best games I've ever played, ever. Like one of the top games ever. Just for its everything, its environment, its ambience, its socialization, its players, its difficulty. Although it turned out that Classic WoW is very easy. When people figured out all you need is a bunch of Fury Warriors and world buffs and whatnot. But for the most part, when it came out, it was an incredible game. It's an incredible experience for the first time. There's just so much fucking shit. And yeah, $15 is nothing if you really like the game. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to take a quick break. Just go have a smoke, bio, yada yada. But I'll be right back in like 3-4 minutes. Oh, we didn't even reset this. Let me reset this first, so I don't forget when I come back. I'll be like, what's going on here? Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Give me 3 or 4 minutes. The new COVID strain. StarCraft or Red Alert? I prefer StarCraft. South Park on episode was funny. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's the new COVID strain. I think it's more like, in my opinion, it's the worst thing ahead is the 40% capital gains tax that Biden is proposing, and that's not good at all. That's super bad. 40% capital gains is really going to rock the markets. And then the Federal Reserve rate hike increase, which I think a lot of central banks are going to follow about that time. That's also not going to be good for investing either. So I think if we're going to have a bear market, it might be for several years. It might even be till like 2024. Unless something good on the horizon happens. But I don't know what that's going to be. Okay, so I had like 604 or so gold, so we'll see how much I get. I think it's like probably like 40 per run or something. It's really not too much, but it's also not bad. Is 40% passed? No, not yet. They were trying to like jam it into the American Rescue Plan, or like the next stimulus, like $6 trillion stimulus package thing that they're talking about doing. I think they're going to try and jam it into that. And then 2023, the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates. So, also not good. Not good at all, boys. So, yeah, so if there's going to be a big bear run, if it's going to be really bearish for a long time, I think it'll be bearish till 2024. I have a sneaking suspicion that it could be like until we have another like halving of Bitcoin. I know that sounds like a long time, and it is, but good news has to come on the horizon. And it might come before that, like Tesla might start re-accepting Bitcoin and start talking about Bitcoin more, and then like getting everybody back into it. But like right now with Tesla like refusing Bitcoin and all that shit, it really rocked the markets right back to where they were. Are they going to raise the pay rate also? Yeah, they're trying to get a $15 minimum wage federal, but I don't know if they're actually going through with that or not. That might be just a pipe dream. Maybe Apple. I don't know. Like, but there's, you know what I'm saying though? There's got to be some like really good news to come out to like really soup up the price of Bitcoin. Like something like that has to happen. Yeah, like, oh, like Apple is accepting Bitcoin, something like that. Like to raise hype and awareness and to get people to buy back in. Because that's basically what brought us from 10,000 to 60. It was, at first it was PayPal, and then Grayscale started to buy a bunch. MicroStrategy started to buy a bunch, and then, rather, Grayscale investors started to buy a bunch, but Grayscale started to buy a bunch, and then Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of it, and then Tesla announced that they were accepting it for their cars. So it was just good news after good news after good news that brought it to 60,000 like that. And then all of a sudden that good news was taken away with the China mining ban and Tesla no longer accepting it for their cars based on how much energy it uses. Yet he still likes Dogecoin, which is a proof of work coin, which uses energy too. It doesn't make any sense, but that's basically the idea of it. Prices go up and salaries stay the same? Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling on that. Not good. Let's soup up our spell power a little bit here. A little bit souped up. Wonder if I should be using my other shield. Doing poison damage, my Lycan shield. Oh, a nice little green breastplate there. That'll be a several gold. But really not enough of them. I need Auctioneer. Like, I don't have that mod on TVC Classic. Let's find the good. I need more. Holy water. Yeah, the inflation right now is pretty bad. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was double digits. They say it's supposed to be like, oh, like, yeah, like 3%, but I don't know about that. I really don't know about that one. These are the two good ones. Okay. But yeah, it's got to be something like that, like what you guys were saying. It's like, you know, like Apple's accepting it or something, like something outrageous, you know, that is obviously going to be so much like front page news hype. That's what Bitcoin really relies on at the moment. It's just like what's the news right now, and how good is it, you know? So far, I've only gone up like 6, maybe 7 gold in just picking up the silver. So not amazing. If I was a little bit faster, if I had a better paladin, it'd be a little better. Wasn't expecting that. Whew. That's a tough one. I can't remember exactly where I was at after vendoring, but I could also switch out maybe the adamantite figurine for a spell power trinket. I don't think it would make enough difference though. Seconds. Tinkering around. Fixing something up. Silk Road online. That'd make for a pretty wild game. Who could become the master of Silk Road? Begin growing mushrooms in your basement Hey, Saber, what's up? Oh, scheisse. Get rid of these. Silk Road Online is old MMORPG before Bitcoin and Onion. It kind of sounds familiar. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure if I ever seen it, but still, a Silk Road Online of the actual Silk Road would be a pretty wild game as well. How many mushrooms can you grow in your basement while avoiding the authorities and sending out mysterious packages from your local mailboxes in a small town? Maybe like more like Silk Road Simulator. We could go with that. So, okay, maybe about 10 to 12 gold, 11, maybe 11 gold or something. So far, just picked up from the ground. Not too bad. I'm guessing it's probably going to end up as like about 20 gold picked up, and then when you go to sell everything, it's probably about 20 to 30 gold, depending on how lucky and how many like greens you got or whatever. Nope. Did I already get the ones over here? This one must be real. I don't see any other ones. What? Where's the... Possibly this one? Yeah. Wonder if the idea of crypto came from these. Maybe, yeah, I guess depending on who Satoshi was. know if any of the Satoshi candidates are WoW players. Like, you know, like Vitalik Buterin was. Like, Ethereum is in WoW. Like, he basically stole the name Ethereum from WoW. I wonder if I have any on me. No. There's like an Ethereum consortium or some shit. Like, you get like Ethereum keys and shit. Like, it's from WoW. It's from the Burning Crusade, like this game, actually. Ethereum. It's not a medal, it's just... Or maybe it is, like, it's the consortiums. It's this weird race, like, of... whatever. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? Pull these. Pull these guys. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many of them. Brutal. No Axie Infinity? What's that? That was a good haul. No, just bullshitting, playing some WoW. Just kind of farming. It's a game, NFT, where you make money based on Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, man, everybody comes in and starts talking about blockchain games. And I always have the same response. It's like, first, I haven't found a good one yet. And second, the problem with monetization in a game, like fungibility like that, where you can make money, and like make cryptocurrency and cash it out, or make any kind of real actual money, is that the game becomes about the money, and then like people will make a career out of just bot farming the game, that part of the game. Even if it's a small aspect of the game, they'll just nonstop bot farm that game until they just fucking run it into the ground. And everybody won't want to raid because like then they'd have to repair their gear, and repairing your gear would cost real money. It's kind of an inherent problem that you need to make a game so good that almost like WoW, like if WoW Gold was fungible, it wouldn't be too bad because there's already Chinese farmers, like bot farmers on WoW. But the money isn't really fungible. I mean, you can kind of sell it, but it's not like directly fungible on an exchange where you just immediately sell it. And so That wouldn't be too bad because people would still be incentivized to raid so that they can get really good gear so that they can farm really quickly, but people would just make bots of necessary caliber for what they want to farm, and the bot would just farm 24/7 and just inflate the game's money so bad, and it'd be difficult to do. Like it'd truly be difficult, because how do you incentivize people to play the game and worry about the game when they're worried about actual real money? How do you get people to stop like farming en masse because the game is worth real actual money? That becomes a problem in my opinion, of an inherent problem, that once you introduce money, then it's going to become a job to somebody. Like people in the world, it will become a job. You know, like they will farm it so hard that they will make money off of it. Like even if it's like third world nation or something, like they're going to farm it to the absolute core, and results in not good gameplay. So I'm still searching. Like I want to find a good blockchain game, but the thought of money in it is hard to get around in a lot of ways. And it's like a good thing. You're like, whoa, man, why would you want to make money? But then it's like, okay, well, then I'm not really playing a game. Like, the game is just about me farming money. It's just money. I might as well just set my GPUs and mine some coin. You know, I don't... At that point, yeah, I'm just getting money in a different way. Yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. There's like bot farmers on WoW. And like... They're just referred to as Chinese farmers, and they're just bots that go around and pick up the valuable shit, or mine, or like spawn at Black Lotus locations and pick them up. What are all the numbers? That's all the holy damage that I'm doing to them. Like paladins are interesting because they basically do damage to everything, like particularly prop paladins. Like when they block, they damage in a number of ways. When I have Consecrate on the ground, like that yellowish circle, it's just it's constantly damaging them. And eventually I just kill everything at once. Because like all of the damage is like equitable across the board, except for the one that I'm like striking physically. Because when I'm doing that, I'm gaining mana back, like when I'm hitting the enemy. Do you play any board games? Well, sure. I mean, I used to. I mean, I don't, no, I mean, not now. No, I don't have like a board game collection or anything. I think the closest I got into that was, Pokemon cards. I used to play the game. I used to make decks and stuff. I like the card game a lot. The game was fun too, but I really like the card game. I still have like all my cards. I actually have them in a book in my closet, like right behind me. Like the original ones. Like I got a Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, shit like that. Not first edition though, but still pretty good haul. And it was all from like my own packages, like that I found. So none of them were like purchased, like directly, like just particularly like a Charizard or something. It was just all in the packs that I bought as a kid. But some people tried to get me to play Dungeons and Dragons throughout my life. And I never did. Hodl them cards. Yeah. I still have them. I still have all my baseball and football cards and stuff when I was a kid too. I was into baseball and football cards, many years before Pokemon even came out, or at least not in the United States. And so like maybe from when I was like 8 years old I started collecting them, something like that. So I have a whole big like 20-gallon, or maybe it's a 50-gallon Tupperware container filled with them, like boxes and books of cards and the cases for the cards and shit like that. I was thinking of selling them at some, like I am going to sell them at some point. Like even when I was like 8 years old, I was like, these are one day going to be worth money. And like, I mean, I'm a kid, so maybe I thought it was going to be a lot more money or something, you know what I mean? Like as a child, and then come to find out like 30 years later, they're really not that worth that much, you know? But as a kid, I thought, yeah, it's going to be, you know, a lot of money. Like when I grow up, you know, I guess that was the mindset, you know? And, so I have a ton of them. Did I ever visit Europe? No, I've been invited to, though. To go to Germany. But I haven't yet because of COVID. Otherwise, I probably would have already gone out. To Hamburg was the location that I was going to go to. But because of COVID, like, I haven't gone anywhere. But I've been, for the most part, all around the United States, at least for some period of time. You know, I've been as far up as Washington and Seattle. I've been through Los Angeles, lived in Phoenix, well, technically Mesa. Driven across the United States a couple times. So, but to Europe, no. Like I said, invited, but due to COVID, not really possible. Just because they were either not accepting anybody to fly in, or you'd have to quarantine, or the fact that when you go there, everything would be closed, like all the bars and fun attractions and whatnot. If I visit Germany, I do want to drive to. I don't know how that works so well with an American passport, driving across Europe, but I'd like to go to La Glease, which is in Belgium, I think. It might be the Netherlands. I think it's Belgium. La Glease, if I'm even saying it right, is there's a location of a captured Tiger tank, a Tiger 2, so the Koenigs Tiger, and it has this massive gouge in the front of it. You can type it in Google if you want. It's just La Glease Tiger tank, and it has this massive gouge in the front of it from where either an enemy tank had shot it directly, or like an anti-tank gun, and it looked like the round had went in about like 6 to 8 inches into the steel, and then and went out, and it totally deflected it. But like it dug in there deep, so you can just see the ferocity of what happens when this piece of metal just wiggling through the air is conk, and it hits this tank, man, and dives into the steel, but then gets rejected. So cool. Like, I want to check it out. Like, just it'd be like I think it'd be like an hour, couple hour drive there, but I think it would be worth it just to go see it. So, okay, so I started with about 604 gold. It might have been 603 and some odd silver, but we'll go with 604. So, so it was like 10, 16, about 18 gold just from the silver that I picked up from killing all those mobs. So one run is about 18 gold, maybe 19 in just loot, in just looting the silver off the bodies. So, and then selling everything, 622. See what we got.
Interest you on a pint?
So 622 to 657. It's like 35 extra gold from there. So about 20, 30. Yeah, so we gained about 53 gold for that run. That's pretty good. And you can make more if you're selling strat boosts. See, like, this guy's, like, charging 20 gold per run to, like, bring somebody along. And, like, they don't loot at all. But you would split half of that, about 18 gold or so, with somebody. So you'd only get 9. So their extra 20 gold is really only going to be a difference of really making like 10 extra gold per run. So it's really not that much. Because with the person there, they're gonna soak up half of that silver that you're picking up automatically, just distributed. So, and charging 20 is more. I mean, you're netting some like 8 or 9 more gold, but that's not much for having somebody with you. I guess when you run 5 runs for them and then you ask for your 100 gold, that's a pretty reasonable boost, especially if you had a full group. So if you were running like 4 lobies through here, killing everything, and then that would be pretty good money. But still, like, you're splitting all that extra with everybody new. I wonder if I should use my Lycan shield. Let's see what the damage difference is. Do I speak any other languages? No, not fully. I'm probably best with German. I probably know the most German words, let's say. Spanish is a little bit understandable, but German I'm probably best with. After the Giga War, your cards will be worth a lot. Yeah. I always used to joke that, like, every day a house burns down somewhere in the United States or in the world, and, like, with some of the cards that I have in their house. Not that I wish for that, but I always just joked around that, like, the rarity of them will increase over time as people, like, lose them or their house floods or something like that. Like, I don't know, like, just over time, like, but the thing is that, like, a lot of my cards are like 90s cards, like Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, Barry Sanders, people like that, like all the greats, you know, from that era, you know. And, like, in the 90s, cards were really overproduced. Like manufacturers like Topps and Upper Deck and shit like that, like they produced an insane amount of cards. Like, they were super popular with kids, and, like, everybody bought them. Like, in my school, like, we would all bring our book of cards to school together, like, in, like, 4th grade. So I was like 10 years old, and we'd be bringing our books of cards to school and, like, trading with each other. Like, everybody had a book of cards. Yeah, so it's like, it was super popular. And so a lot of those cards are, like, everywhere. And there wasn't an explosion in the price of, like, trading cards and stuff during the pandemic. Like, everybody was buying trading cards instead of, like, going to, like, baseball games and shit. And I didn't sell them during that. So maybe one day. So the Spore Cloud did alright, but that's really not a lot of damage. It's all about that Consecrate damage. 70% compared to just 4% this extra shield does. I don't think it's worth it. I used to be big on Magic the Gathering. Yeah, Magic the Gathering cards ain't a joke. Like, if you can get a Black Lotus, like Black Lotus cards, those are hundreds of dollars each. Something like that. Especially if it was like a mint, like a gem mint, like 10 out of 10. Black Lotus. Like, graded. It could be worth, like, so much money. Yeah, I got into Pokemon cards because like a friend of mine when I was growing up, like I went over to his house and he showed me Pokemon, like he had I don't know, Pokemon like Blue or Red or something like that on his Game Boy, and I was like, this is awesome, like this is a cool game, like I like RPGs like this where, you know, you level up and shit, and like you have these monsters and you gotta catch them and stuff. Like that's a cool concept. Like I'd never heard of Pokemon, and he has the game. You know what I mean? Like what, you know? And then he had cards too, and like he made a deck for me so that we could play, and he taught me how to play the game. Like okay, like this is what you do. You set them up like this, yada yada, and I was like, this is great. Like I think this is awesome. And so I kind of got into Pokemon. Like I started getting all the cards and shit, and because I was already collecting like baseball and football cards, so it was kind of like right up my alley in that same sense. So I never got into Magic just only because I never really heard of it when I was growing up as a kid. I was more into like football and baseball cards and stuff, and I didn't realize that Magic the Gathering cards had so much value. Otherwise, if you would have told me that, like if somebody would have told me as a child, like even at like 8 years old, like yeah, these cards are worth a lot of money. Like some of these cards are extremely rare and are worth a lot of money. I'd be like, oh wow, like yeah, I'll buy those. And I would just buy Magic the Gathering cards and I would have been into it. But I never had that influence, I guess. I never had anyone influence me in that direction. What are you trying to achieve in this game? Oh, so I'm just farming right now. So this is an instance for level 60 characters, like for the old game, for World of Warcraft, like Classic, for like the first iteration of World of Warcraft. And it was an instance for like level 60s, like the maximum level. And, but, turns out, when you're a level 70 paladin in the next expansion, you can basically solo a lot of this, and it's worth a lot of money. And so basically you're supposed to be going in here as level 60 with a 5-man group. So every time you loot this, like this is 24 silver, that's supposed to be divided by 5. That would be like the standard back then. But 24 silver a pop, like every 100 silver is 1 gold in this game. And so that adds up real quick. And like all the little items and crap that I'm getting that are just dropping in my inventory, I'm basically just vendoring those. Just going to the NPC blacksmith and just selling like everything to it kind of deal. And you come out with, you know, 50-60 gold per run for basically doing nothing. So it's a great farm spot just to get gold. So that's what I'm trying to achieve in this game. But if you mean like the overall game, it's a big MMORPG, so there's always like new content rolling out, like bosses and stuff like that. I had blue, sister had red. But yeah, just before it disappeared overnight, kind of. Yeah. Because I had red or blue, I can't remember. I think I had red and my friend had blue. Yeah, he had blue because blue had Meowth in it and mine didn't. Red didn't have Meowth. But anyway. And then I bought, then the next iteration was yellow, and I think I had yellow, or I think I like borrowed it or something, but I don't remember. But I did get either silver or gold. I think I had gold, and I really liked gold and silver. Gold and silver was a good game. was just a good solid game like to play. Like there was like, you know, puzzles you kind of had to figure out, and like it was an RPG and you just walk around getting random battles and shit. It was a great game. Like leveling up and using different Pokemon and different other Pokemon and stuff, trying to play it differently. Like, oh, I'm going to level up, like, you know, in a harder way. Like, I'm just going to use this one or something, or some wacky ass one. Having to find them. It's a good game. Yeah, there's people that speedrun it. There's like a big speedrun community for Pokemon. And it's fucking nuts, dude. Like the choice of Pokemon and like what they use and what skills they use is what they get and when they get it and whatnot. But yeah, like Pokemon speedrunning is amazing. Like any speedrun is amazing. I love speedruns too. As a weird, I guess, unrelated fact to basically anything I was talking about. I love speedruns. Love watching speedruns. I haven't been into it so much because I feel like I've watched like all of them. Like seriously, if you guys want something fun to do, just like in your head, remember an old fun game. Like, what was the oldest, funnest game that you used to play? Like, even obscure shit. Like, super obscure shit. Even if it's a Nintendo game or something. Like, whatever. And then type that into YouTube, followed by speedrun. Amazing. So, like, every game ever made, basically, is speedrun. And, like, all the trouble you had with that game, they'll beat that shit 50 times faster than you. Like, they'll beat a game that you could never beat in, like 5.5 minutes world record. It's insane. Very interesting to watch. There's a ton of them, and like the records get, you know, so low because of the physical. Like for example, Super Mario, like Super Mario 1, like for Nintendo, is speedran, and it's basically scientifically down to that it can only be like a fraction of a second faster. And that's the physical limit of Mario because it runs at like 23 frames per second or something, yada yada, all this shit. There's like a science to it. And like people are so good at the game that even with a speed assisted speed run, which is it's called TAS, it's called a tool assisted speed run. And it's basically a computer program that you put each individual movement, like each frame movement into the game to figure out how optimal a speed run could physically possibly be with Super Mario 1. Like the computer figures it out, or you figure it out each frame by frame. So you do everything perfect and then you play it, right? And it's fake because it's a task, but you play it and it shows you how fast you could physically beat the game, and humans are like a fraction of a second off from it or something. Like it basically can't be any faster unless you play a perfect game. It has to be exact, like frame by frame. It's crazy. Like the depth of it is like scientific, like speed running. It's pretty amazing. This is gonna be hard to hit. You have to use spells on it. Well, that was a monster pull. I was in a little bit of trouble on that one. It's mesmerizing watching it play this. You're really good. Yeah, it's... I mean, this is... What I'm doing here is... I'm just farming, so it's not really... Like, I don't have a group or anything. It's not a particularly hard instance because I'm 10 levels above it. Like, I'm the next expansion pack. So, you're supposed to go to this dungeon at approximately... Like, pretty much 60, right? Like, 6... We'll just call it 6. You could technically enter earlier than that, but... And that's the max level of the previous game, like World of Warcraft. And then this is World of Warcraft: The Burning Crusade, which is the next expansion, and it raises the level cap by 10, so you can gain 10 more levels. And so now that I'm 10 levels higher and I have like next expansion level gear, and it's not even that great a gear. Like my Paladin's not that great geared, but you're able to just sort of run through these and like mow them down. And it's worth so much gold because you're supposed to be splitting all of this loot like 5 ways. Because a group is 5 men, like 5 people. So, when it all goes to you, you get a lot of it. And which you couldn't really do in the old expansion because you just weren't strong enough to do it. So you just kind of have to get around the corner, and then casters will run to you. Those are casters, so they're going to stand way back and shoot me, but I want them all around me. Because when they're all around me, then I'm doing damage to every one of them. So I'm going to go around this side now and bring the other casters around, and now everything's on me. So you just like line of sight it, and it sort of forces it to run around the corner instead of shoot at you from a distance, because I need them all on me so that like my Consecrate does damage to every one of them. Oh shit, I need this cooldown. Go, go. Oh, there we go. It's getting pretty low. So I normally use Avenging Wrath, and it increases your damage significantly for like 20 seconds, but when you use that, you can't use Divine Shield. So Divine Shield makes me just immune, invincible. So if I get really low on health, I can just go invincible and then heal myself as long as I have the mana to do it. But using Avenging Wrath puts a cooldown on Divine Shield, so if they take me down, I just die. I can't heal with that many hitting me at once. Like, there's like sort of a cast timer for your heal, and so when you get hit, when you're casting something, it'll knock that cast back a little bit. So if you're getting hit by like 30 different things, you'll never be able to cast something. Free shit, free shit, free shit. Not many items in this pack. Mostly just rune cloth. So I can go there too, but these are quite a bit tougher. These can drop some pretty valuable shit though, but those are quite a bit harder. I don't know if I can handle them. What do you do with the gold? So everything, really. I mean, you repair with gold. You buy stuff off the auction house from other players with gold. Like everything's gold. I mean, you pay for your mounts, like your flying mount or your horse and shit like that with gold. Like everything is gold. I don't even really care to kill this thing. It's not really worth my time. It's got too much health. Hi, bud.
Look at this. Daddy, look.
What?
Look at this. He is boyfriend Gan Pump. Daddy,
Yeah.
the boyfriend Gan Pump, Pico, Lamb Demon, and Pie and Pink and White Man.
Who's this one?
Pink and White Man.
Pink?
And White Man.
Pink and White Man. Did you just make that up, or is that what that's actual name is called?
That's a name called.
We should Google that. What is it? Friday Night Funkin'. Pink and White. Let's see what we got. List of the characters. Let's check this out. Okay, so we got boyfriend. Mommy Dearest. We got Senpai here. Spirit. Tank Man. Cassette Girl. Who's that then? That's just some Hank J. Wimbledon.
Hank?
No. Hank J. Wimbledon.
Hank?
Yeah, Hank J. Wimbledon. So I don't know who that is. I don't know that one.
Pink and White Man.
Okay.
Oh, in the front, I'm on it.
Yeah, you put it in there in your book. So you've desecrated your book with stickers.
Yeah. Open this side. Woody.
Hey, what's up, Meep? Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Thanks for being Twitch Primed out of your mind, man. My boy is showing me his Friday Night Funkin' stickers that he got. Sorry, I was just talking to a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Woody.
Witty, yeah. Huh. That's pretty cool, bud.
Yeah.
You got any more?
No.
No, not yet. We'll go work on it more. You gonna make a whole Friday Night Funkin' book? Could be your first day Critter Jitters Friday Night Funkin' book. Hey, don't forget this. I had to turn it off so you didn't brutally copyright Daddy. Little train TT paw going down the track. Hey, TT paw, TT lady TT paw. TT paw. Any real world value for playing the game? You could sell your gold. There's some sites and stuff you can do it on, but more so fun than not. Tank Man sounds like he could stop an army of tank in its tracks. Yeah, I don't know. That's his new obsession. My son's autistic, so he develops these very intense obsessions where he can name like everything. So there's also this artist His name is Trevor Henderson, and he makes Trevor Henderson monsters. It's called Trevor Henderson Monsters or Trevor Henderson Art. And one of them is like Siren Head, and he's got like 100 of them. And they're these monsters that he draws or like superimposes into real pictures. And they're like really, really creepy. Like the things that he draws, like cartoon dog, cartoon cat, Siren Head. Like there's all these different weird old detective. There's like 100 of them. And he can name like every one of them. I mean, he's got like a 90%. Like almost every single one of them. Could name you every character in Five Nights at Freddy's and Friday Night Funkin', this new game kids love, Friday Night Funkin'. And can name everything. He's super obsessed with it, and we bought him some stickers on Amazon of Friday Night Funkin' characters, and just screamed in excitement. And he seems to be putting them in some book that he got in the mail from his school district or something. So, fair enough. You do you, buddy. Express yourself. So there's these. It's just like these games, and like I don't even have any idea what he's talking about. Friday Night Funkin', like what does that even mean? What is that, like a YouTuber or like a show, or what is that? Like I didn't even know what it was for like the first week. Just Friday Night Funkin'. Okay. Like I feel like such an old man, you know. My kids, my whippersnappers, watching all this stuff, the hip hop music.
Up with you.
Meep, what's going on, man? What's happening? Little mini dip crisis. Why Ethereum isn't $5,000? I'll never know. Who knows? Everybody should be like every company in the world, in my opinion. Here's what I believe is that if you don't get on at some point, if you don't get on it fast, you're gonna be left behind. Either that or somebody else should already do it, right? Here's what you do. Okay, so in the 90s, when domain names really started to become a cool beans thing, before they started to become a cool beans thing, let me just back it up even more. People were buying them up and naming them things like, for example, like people were buying domains and naming them Microsoft.com. And buying domains and naming them PizzaHut.com and stuff like that. Is there a PizzaHut.com? There wasn't. Was it the official PizzaHut.com domain? Fuck no, it wasn't. It was just some guy who bought like 80 of them and named them these various different corporations. Then, a few years later, when all these corporations want a website, they have to go and buy it from this dude. And he would sell, and people would sell them for tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, somebody bought the domain name Windows Server 2000 or something like that, and that was in like 1998. And a couple years later, they came out with like Windows Server 2000 or whatever, and they had to buy it off of them. So people and corporations alike should be making a domain name essentially on the Ethereum blockchain, a smart contract called PizzaHut.com or like Pizza Hut or called Microsoft or called Nike, right? Corporations should be getting on this right now because eventually they're going to want their own token. They're going to want their own like domain essentially on the Ethereum blockchain, and they want that name secured so that they can mess with the code later and make it what they want. And I think anybody that's actually going and doing that right now, like making smart contracts called all of those corporations, should be. That's such a cool idea. How old is he? He's 4. He's almost 5 in August. So less than a month, he'll be 5. He's autistic. Yeah, he's got the autism. But that makes him quite the hilarious child. Scheiße. I invited this guy. He wanted to get in on some of the runs, and Mr. Muko. I don't know how that's related to MrSotko, but what's going on, Yang? Unfortunately, it's you can respond to that, and I'll respond when I get back. But it's union break time. It's bio time. Saber, I'll talk to you about that when I get back as well. Because there are some things you should do. There are some things. There's some things you can get for that. Mew Mew. Hey, fair enough, Mew Mew. That sounds good to me with the little... Sounds good. Thanks for telling me, Yang. I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the sponsor screen. I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. All right. Back. 3-word domain still available to buy up. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Roger. How you doing, man? So yeah, buying one of these is kind of worth. I mean, it's like 6 gold or something each, but like I make that in one run. So, thanks, sir. Yeah, Saber. I don't. If you suspect that, a lot of things you can do. Take them. There's a lot of centers for that evaluation. Like you kind of have to search for a child psychologist that can evaluate for autism. And then you can get a lot of cool services too, like once if that evaluation is positive, you know, like in-home help and stuff like that. Speech therapists can come and whatnot, occupational therapists. What's that? Yeah, so my wife is far more knowledgeable about it. And she says early intervention, like every state has like some kind of early intervention, and a lot of times they can actually come to your home and do the evaluation. And you know, then yeah, then you go from there, and you know, in some instances you might be able to get like a medical card for them, and you know, like then your future appointments and stuff like that are covered by the state and whatnot. Because we had that, and man, the lady, when we were in Arizona, we had a speech therapist and like an occupational therapist, a behavioral, you know, yada yada. But he loved his speech therapist. She was cool. He loved her a lot. That was his friend, man. She'd come over and, you know, play all kinds of games with him and try to get him to say very specific things. They really try to, like, because like my son has major problems with S's, F's, and a couple other letters that he will not pronounce. So when he comes up to you, and if for example he wants to tell you about a shark, he'll be like, I hark. And so if you were just somebody new and you met him, you would have no clue what he's trying to tell you. And a lot of the times it's this big puzzle because he's saying something to you and you're like, I cannot. And he gets really frustrated. He gets really frustrated because he's, in his mind, he's saying it right and he knows exactly what he's trying to say to you, but like you're just like, I got nothing, because he's completely missing an F or an S in a word and it sounds like 10 other ones. So, you know, and we try to work with him on it, but man, he just cannot get like S's and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of signs of it. I mean, there were some pretty early signs. Like, he wasn't talking at an early age, and I was kind of in, like, the doctor that we've seen. Like, if you take him to see a pediatrician, sometimes they'll just be like, oh, if he's not talking by the age of 3, like, it's fine, then bring him in, right? Like, they'll do it late as hell, but if you get a hold of early intervention, they're like, no, like, if they're not talking by, like, 2, like, fluently, basically, we can come help. And that's kind of how it started. Like, we suspected it. My son's kind of like an inverted autistic. Like when you see an extremely autistic child, they're usually like playing by themselves, like rocking, and like they don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to be touched by anybody. But my son's kind of the opposite. Like he's incredibly social, like overly social. Will like say hi to anybody, you know, walk up to anybody for the most part, and strike up a conversation, which is not typical of autism. Usually they're just out of oneself, just off in their own, and he kind of is, but very, very loving, very social. Loves other kids, loves the interaction, but you can tell that he's doesn't know quite how to interact with the other kids. I mean, you can tell the distance and like the how other kids are kind of almost like, this kid's a little bit weird, like even like kids his age. But he loves them. Like, he loves to follow them around at the park or something like that. Like, yeah, there's different spectrums of autism, Roger. So they basically like put it all into a spectrum. Like, there used to be like these individual disorders, and a lot of them they just sort of merged into autism, into the autistic spectrum. Like, Asperger's sort of got merged. Thanks for the Prime subscription, Roger Blaze, on Twitch. You are now Twitch primed out of your mind. Unbelievable, right? Thank you. I appreciate you. And Asperger's used to be Asperger's, and they were like, okay, like Asperger's is basically level 1 autism. So they kind of refined it into like 3 different levels, and like level 1 is like you're always kind of the weird guy. You might have trouble with social relationships a little bit. You're kind of a weird guy. You kind of always have been. Maybe people have always told you you're weird, and you always kind of took it a little cheeky. You're like, yeah, I'm the weird guy, right, at work. But like, when you look back on your life, you're like, everybody always called me the weird guy. Why? Because like, you're not really functioning on the same level as everybody else. You might be functioning above them or below them or equal to them, but you're not. You're just not as. There's something off, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you have a little bit of troubles, you know? You have a little bit of troubles with social, like really, really bonding with people, like blending in and stuff. Level 2 is a little bit worse. You might need help for most of your life, maybe. There's a good chance you can be, you know, a productive member of society, but there's also a pretty good chance that you're always going to be a little bit deficient. And like level 3 is like when you really, really like YouTube that shit, right? That's like level 3, when people film that shit like with their kid, like just a total breakdown and like don't want to be touched or like not looking you in the eye like at all. Like my son kind of does that, because like autism kind of like takes a bit of social emotion out of things, in that you don't need to look at their face because their face is almost equal to a lamp to you. It's almost like an object. So whereas a normal person, they have like solid eye contact, whereas autism, it's kind of hard to maintain the eye contact, but not for everybody. It's not a for sure thing. But yeah, I love my son, dude. He's so funny, man. Like, the things he says and does, it's fucking great. Wow, we got 2 rare mobs here. We got Skull and we got Herstinger. So cool. We'll just do this pack here. It's kind of a smaller one, but well, Asperger's is, they sort of just merged it into level 1 autism, if I'm not mistaken. They basically don't diagnose Asperger's anymore. It's basically like you're basically a level 1, you're on like the level 1 kind of autism, like a sort of a lighter version of autism. because they realized that autism is more of a spectrum than anything. Like it's a very diagnosable thing. It has very relatively common traits between everybody that has it, and like, so it's pretty, but like everybody has it in these wildly varying, on a wildly varying spectrum. So it's like one through 3 is the last time, but it's a constantly evolving topic. Like autism in the 90s wasn't really talked about. Like if you were bad in school and shit, like in the 90s, like you weren't paying attention in class, or like you had low grades, or you were hyperactive, and your parents took you to a psychiatrist or something, like as a child, like they would, in the 90s it was cool to diagnose ADHD and have Ritalin. Like that was the cool thing to do, like as psychiatrists. Like it was the hip new thing. Like we can cure ADD and ADHD. But really, that's ADD is really just it's a main symptom of autism. So many people in the 90s were underdiagnosed. Maybe not like misdiagnosed. Sorry guys, I got a fan running because this room gets like 90 degrees, and I pull the AC out of the register with the fan, like as it coming up out of the floor. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize, but I gotta cool it down. Anyway, yeah. So it's basically just a big symptom of it. So people were, if you just were diagnosed with ADHD, you were likely like underdiagnosed. Like you might have autism, you know. But it was just cool. Like like autism just wasn't cool. Now it's like all about the autism, right? Like everybody's talking about it. Like, yada yada. Boom, boom, boom. You feel things are coming into place? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, there's a ton of different like disorders and whatnot. I'm certainly not qualified in the least to be, but I mean, I just from my experience, like, with my son. Åkast en gelvin dagen. Yeah, I got this guy tagging along in here now. He's just gonna soak up a bunch of XP. His diagnosis say it's good to know your son is getting help sooner, yeah. No mana. Had he finished it with his checkers idea when he went for a break? Nah, I think he was still working on it. KWC, glad to see you alive, Commander. I am alive. Hello, second attempt. We had some technical issues here. We sold wide parts of our equipment for ether. What do you mean? Your equipment? You bought more ether? You bought the dip? Radioactive Shrek. What about it? Hey guys, if you have a YouTube, or if you have a Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I'm live on Twitch as well. I just can't get this last bit of help. Come on. There we go. Screw it. It's good enough. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a bunch of money because I'm like leveling a shadow priest right now, and I'm spending a shitload of money because I'm like keeping it super op like as I'm leveling it. Got like over 200 spell power on like a level 42. Which is pretty good. Unbuffed. So what's everybody been into lately in terms of the crypto world? Anybody making any bucks on small caps or something? Or is everything going down? Yield farming Solana blockchain. Okay. Is that a platform token, like a DeFi platform token? Like what you get for providing liquidity or something? Looks at portfolio, 10%. Yeah. Stop by to say that in Romania, where I live, during the last 5 months, crypto ATMs are popping up at every mall. Yeah, so, yeah, there's some popping up here, too. Like, for a while, all of the Coinstar machines, like, where you go to cash out, like, quarters and shit, you can buy Bitcoin through those. But gas station ATMs are getting popular. Like, it's a real popular thing right now is to, like, buy Bitcoin ATMs and take them to, like, try to sell them to gas stations. Sorry. So yeah, there's like a lot of jobs. Like you can go on like job websites, and they're like, if you type in like Bitcoin or something, like you're bound to find in the first few applications like is resumes for like job, like wanted for like area managers of selling Bitcoin ATMs to like gas stations and shit. I hear that was this new coin called One. This should give you an idea how long I've been out. That was the next hype. One coin? You mean the big Ponzi scam? One token or one coin or whatever it was? ALF's decentralized IPFS and web hosting file storage soon decentralized on Solana, huh? Yield. Yeah. Got on AXS when it was pumping. When was that pump? One is a Ponzi? Yeah, like the Igna Rugnatov or whatever her name was that made that? Is that one you're talking about? Like one coin with like the check in the dress Dr. Igna Rugnatov or whatever, Natova or whatever. I don't know the exact. Called Dot. Okay, well that's a different story. Well, let's say close enough. Yeah, maybe. Dot. So like polka dot. Dot is polka dot. Yeah. You were saying one coin was a massive Ponzi scheme. Of like billions and billions and billions. When I was around, Dot wasn't around. No, Dot came out in 2019 or something. I'm not even sure, but all those numbers popping up are annoying. Are they even necessary? So they're particularly egregious with a paladin because as a protection paladin, like the specific spec I am, I drop consecrate. And it damages anything that is standing on the ground that I consecrate. So you'll see damage coming from every single mob. And I also shield block, which does a bunch of damage to incoming. So that produces a few different types of damage from Sanctuary, Holy Shield, and my Thorium Spike. So yeah, there's a lot of numbers flying, particularly when there's AoE going on, but for single target, yeah, it wouldn't look like that. If you judge them, you would leech even more mana. So, first of all, judging takes mana. So, when you're really low on mana, it's hard to judge. But, like, I'm using Seal of Wisdom, which every time I hit them, I gain a bit of mana, or, like, on a percentage of time when it procs. So, yeah, I think I can have extra procs when I judge like that, but, so, I mean, I use Seal of Wisdom to regain mana. And I will judge sometimes, like, if it's an abomination or something that's going to last for a while. But it's not always necessary. Because then you get kind of like 2 Judgment of Wisdoms, like, per hit, like, chances. Yeah, right, exactly. It does, but, I mean... Yeah. It's just extra work. And if I can get the job done with just Seal of Wisdom, then... Like I said, I judge them sometimes when it's like, when in a, like, if there's an one of the abominations that walk around, I'll judge that and hit it with Wisdom. So, yeah, because if you have Wisdom on and you judge, you're going to get more chances for procs, or sometimes double procs. The proc from the debuff and the proc from the buff on you as the Seal of Wisdom. I hear you, what you're saying, but if it's just a group like that, I mean, I can do the ghouls. The ghouls are the biggest, like, the hardiest elites in general in those groups, and that would be useful, but it's just not always necessary. I don't know. Don't use RSI, but do we see any kind of divergences now? I don't have a... Look, I'll bring up a chart or something. Yeah, I mean, the RSI, if you're talking about, like, relative strength index, like, but it's trying to come back, but for 60 just to come back up this small, I don't think that's enough. Like, I think we're going a bit bearish, dudes. I think we're going down a little bit. I don't see anything in the future that's really going to bring it up, but I mean, I want to be wrong about that sort of thing. Like, I hope great news comes out tomorrow, but it's just, I don't know if that's going to happen. Nah, I didn't need to do that. I could have just passed this. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say, way-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, hamstring, go away. Go away, hamstring. I could probably bust it out freedom real quick there, but... Clicking, you know. Buttons. It's a lot of work. I just use these little crappy freebie potions that I get in the boxes and shit too. Everything pumping tomorrow? Maybe. Hope so. I have a bad feeling that it's looking bearish. That it's looking pretty bearish. Maybe though. Don't get me wrong, I hope for the opposite, but it's not looking good. Like, I just don't did you hear about Million Token? Yeah? What's Million Token at now? Is it still pumping? I forgot about that for a moment there. Million Token 69. Went up to 200, went down to 47, up to about 100, now kind of downtrending again. Well, that's not surprising. It's just some token some dude made to be a Ponzi. It's just, I mean, Ponzi's gonna Ponzi, you know what I mean? Like, Ponzi's gonna Ponzi. Like, that, all I'm saying is just eventually, like, could you have gotten good gains out of it? I hope so. I hope somebody did. I don't know. But if you bought at 200, you sure as shit probably aren't. I don't know. If the market was still bullish, maybe it would still be going, but I think it's just going to run out of steam. And I think that guy's going to get in a lot of trouble. Somebody on my channel comment on that video that I made about him, because I don't know if you watched it or not, but I made a video on that guy and about how he made his token. And I think I was a little bit harsh. I think looking back on it, I could have been a little slightly more objective about it. And I didn't really say in the video that it was really going to go down in price. I don't believe that it's not going to, but I didn't really make that overly clear that it wasn't just going to go down in price. That I didn't really say that, so I wasn't really fudding on it. What I was fudding on was the fact that this guy just made a token and then promised his viewers $100 million. $100 million token each. So the market cap would be just like from space, but you can't do that. You can't do that. It's not how it works. Not in the US. Like, I don't know where that guy's from. But in the US, that's a big no-no. And I don't mean like to say that I follow the rules and I'm a tattle on you, but bro, you made a token that you sold to everybody, which is an unregistered security, and then you really solidified the fact that it's a security by telling everybody that it's going to be $100 million. If you made a token like that, just shut your mouth. If you were going to sell it, just shut your mouth. Don't say that it's going to be up or down or this price or that price, because I was spit on. Well, because somebody commented and they said Tech Lead is proving you wrong. He's from Japan, living there, but he said Tech Lead is proving you wrong, and not really, man. Like, not really. Like, I didn't say that it was going to go up or down in price. There was nothing to prove me wrong, but like, man, you're playing with fire there, dude. You're really playing with fire in a lot of countries by saying that, you know, you made a token and it's going to be $100 million. That is not good. That's fucking lawsuit bait. That's totally lawsuit bait. So the person that commented on my channel said, he's proving you wrong. But it's just lawsuit bait. You know, like, you could easily take the guy to court, especially if he was in the United States. Like, you could easily take him to court and say, he promised $140 million, or $100 million. This guy said it was going to be $100 million on a tweet. And you got an image of that and proof of that. Dude, you're screwed. You promised a security. Like, if he just made the coin and stated in a clever way like why he likes it and information about it, and people bought it and it raised in price, he wasn't claiming that it was going to be anything. It's just, here's my NFT token that represents my channel or something like that, right? But saying that it's going to be $1 million or $100 million or $1 million a piece or some shit like that, I don't know. Yeah, OneCoin didn't actually have a blockchain or some shit. Yeah, they could never find like the actual blockchain of it. Polkadot's no Ponzi. No. I didn't say that. Oh, I gotta go sell. I am maxed. I hope it'll still pump. Did you buy some million token, Kenny? Seems so. I hope for you it pumps. I don't care if it pumps or dumps. And I apologize for that. I mean, I hope for you, for your sake, it pumps. I don't want to see anybody that ever watches or interacts or talks with me to lose money. I don't want anybody's money going bye-bye. But I don't know, man. It's totally a Ponzi security. There's just nothing to it except a guy claiming that it's going to be a certain price. Like it's just fucking Ponzi security. That's all that becomes at that point. Like you can maybe obfuscate that and pretend that it's tech or something. But once you tell everybody, yeah, it's going to be $1 million, just pile your money into it. I don't care for that promise too much. We have seen that before. And if you doubled your money, hey, good for you. You know what I mean? Good for you, dude. Sell it, man. Sell it and take your doubled money and wait for the market to go back down, because the market's not looking too good right now. Like I hope that it gets a second win. Somebody was like, "This will start pumping tomorrow." I hope so, but it doesn't look good to me. There's nothing good on the horizon. There's nothing good coming out. There's no good news. Did you see the R.H. Alex Saunders drama? No, I don't know what that is. Like maybe it pumps, man. Maybe it pumps, Keeney, but it's just not looking. It's not looking too good. It's just I mean, maybe if the guy's in Japan, he'll be fine. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what. It's if he was in the U.S., man, it might take a little while because the SEC is real slow. But he would get screwed. They would eat him alive for selling a straight up security like that. It'd be securities fraud. Yeah, it wouldn't be good. I think the SEC has a little bit of trouble with blockchain in general, but they've done that to a lot of ICOs. Crypto will go up on the 27th. Why the 27th? Is it after the last Friday of the month, you think? Futures? Hey guys, if you got Twitch, click on that. Follow me on Twitch too, please. Please, please, please. Because I stream sometimes only on Twitch. I prefer viewers on Twitch a lot of times because Twitch is just easier to manipulate and use for the streamer. And I believe for the viewers as well. Does every month. Yeah, no. Not when everybody's shorting it though. Like it did every month. It did every month during the bull run of like 2020 till now. Is that what you're getting at out of that? Because what you're talking about is the last Friday of every month, about 6 days before the last Friday of every month, the price wildly changes to meet the futures requirements. Just look at the history of crashes. Through 18 to 27, yeah. I mean, it might, man. I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, we've been in a pretty bullish run from like 2020 April onward. So, those futures contracts, they're all long. They've been long for a year and a half now, over a year now, basically all long. So naturally, they're all going to be buying to jack up the price while they set long bets, and then the opposite in. But it usually changes. It usually changes beforehand. Usually will dip or up beforehand to meet the futures expectations before the last Friday of every month, because that's when they expire. But yeah, I know, man. The futures has a lot to do with it these days, the way it all operates. Well, that was some good runs. So I got basically like almost 200 gold in like 4 runs. So yeah, it's about 50 gold a run. And I could probably do, if I did it real fast, at least 2 an hour. Probably 3. So that's not too bad. Have to bust out old Sotko here. The old Shadow Priest. What do you think about baby cake token? Baby cake token? Oh my god. I'm getting old, dudes. baby cake. Jesus Christ. Is this a BSC? Yeah, that makes sense. It's fucking sure as shit going up, though. Baby cake, man. Is this like a DeFi? Is this like a DeFi platform on BSC or something? Next generation yield contract on the BSC. You get rewarded in cake instead of tokens. The mechanism incentivizes token holders to hold in order to earn dividends from the transactions that buys and sells. So you, okay. One of them. It's auto paid every 60 minutes. Holders don't need to claim their earned cake. It's automatically sent to wallets every 60 minutes. So there's cake and baby cake. So you hold on to baby cake to get cake. Baby cake is the first cake reflection token. What price is cake? Is it? Oh, so you just get pancake swap. Okay. So you hold baby cake, and you get pancake swap. Okay. Meat. We buying $4.28 million in baby cake? YOLO. Meat Investments. The largest German cryptocurrency investor in any German-speaking country apart from Austria. Meat Investments. Ain't a joke. 30% gains, an additional 60% of the time, every time, almost 30% of the time. Round numbers only, Sotko. Round numbers. 4.2. Just $4 million. Let's go 4. Let's round it down. Round it down. We'll round it down to $4 million in baby cake. What's the liquidity on this? Volume $2.7 million in 24 hours. We would raise the price 200x. Okay, let's scale that back to $800,000 in baby cake over the course of a 24-hour period. We really got to scale the expectations back. That 24-hour volume is not impressive. So we're gonna need to scale that back. Round numbers 4 is something we can work with. 800,000. Yeah. Over a 24-hour period. So like we'll have to make like 8 transactions. It's okay though. And baby cake is a Ponzi? I don't know. I'm fucking around, but Meat Investments is calling his people for that 800,000. Making fucking fast calls, dude. Wind farms getting shut down over it and stuff. Let's see. Packing 200 spell power on this bad motherfucker here. At level 42. Just got mad. Shadow Wrath gear. Absolutely no intel or stamina at all. Just straight up Shadow Wrath. Except for well, those aren't technically Shadow Wrath, but I still don't have a belt at all for spell power. Baby cake isn't a Ponzi. It's owned by Meat Investments in 23 hours. Don't call it a Ponzi. Yeah, it's owned by Meat Investments. 23 hours. But better buy in quick, boys. Better buy in quick, because Meat Investments is raising that price immediately by 30%. Just make a limit order for $800,000 and set it, and just let it just get chunked away for like 24 hours. Set it quite competitive, Just eat it up and then just receive all of the pancake swap. So like everybody's like, every 60 minutes I get pancake. And then like 60 minutes rolls by and all the pancake is going to Meat Investments. You get a little bit of cake. Fools. And then Meat will laugh like a supervillain in his chair, in his metal meat vestments like meat room on the 54th floor of the meat vestment skyscraper. As a helicopter's landing with Meat Cat laughing like a supervillain. And I'll fly out. Right before he starts laughing, I'll fly out. I'm like, I want to laugh too. And so a Wunderwaffe just flies over, dude, like a rocket Wunderwaffe. And like, I get in it, and it just flies me over German meat vestment headquarters, and it launches me out in a small tube. And then the tube breaks apart, and like a parachute opens up, and I land on the helicopter on top of the building, on top of meat vestments, and I run down to the top floor from the roof, and I sit in the chair, and I laugh too. I want to laugh. I missed that about the cake. Can you repeat, please? What is it? What are its fundamentals? So, I didn't read that much, but you basically hold baby cake, and then like there's transaction fees on the network, and you get cake. So every transaction, buy and sell from all of everybody else, you get paid in cake every 60 minutes. As part of like the liquidity and fees of transactions, it seems. Like I don't have the exacts, but I mean you just coin market cap it and like read it in its basic form first. But hold a minimum of 200,000 tokens, but they're very cheap. So buying 200,000 of them wouldn't be that much. I don't know how much exactly, but fools. Investment shutting down wind farm. Shut it down. Woo, whole thing just starts fucking spinning to save money so they can pour resources into it. People's homes are all blacked out, but they know why. Like they've already been told like why their homes go blackout, because you know Laffy Wacker and shit is like shutting down wind farms and crap for extra funds. For funds for meat vestment. Granat Verfer Gary, you know, is riding to the bank with his checkbook. Because he's like 102, I think, Granat Verfer Gary. He's like 102 at least. So he does everything with check, but he's a pretty cool character. Checks are okay. Like, you would like him to Venmo you the money, I'm just saying. But, like, Granat Verfer Gary, I mean, he's going to get you the money. Like, but it's going to be with a check. So, like, you'll get it in, like, 4 days. But it's fine. Grenade Gary is blind, but bold. Yeah. He's now officially blind, but he's legally... Yeah, legally, Granat Verfer Gary is blind. But he can still huck that stick grenade nearly 80 meters, and that's very impressive for a 102-year-old man. He could easily do 120 in his heyday. Yeah, I see them. And that thing was just like the combat for a second stopped whenever Granat Verfer Gary. It's just everyone is just like, you know, they're like they got their rifles on the sandbags pointing down the line, and you just have to stop for a second, and it's just it's gone, dude. That grenade is out of there, man, and it hits Yankees and Ruskies like right in the helmet. So it's just like you're just fighting away, boom, boom, boom. You're starting to reload, and all of a sudden, Kong, you get hit in the head by like a 1.5, maybe like a 2 kilogram stick grenade, and it knocks you out cold, dude. Cold as ice. Kong, and you just instantly fall, and everyone else around you starts scattering. But unfortunately, you don't make it out of there because you're unconscious. Not fair for Gary, dude. What a hero. What an incredible patriot. Big investor, incredible patriot. You can't get much better than that. Great stories. Great arm. Still throwing some grenades you can still smell. Yeah. Yep. Oh, he can hear too. No, he knows, man. Like based on like the echo of your footstep through the weeds, you know, how far it is. Just what are these transactions you get paid for in Cake? I'm not sure. I think it's just like if you're using Cake at all, you're making transactions. So basically, even if when you're buying Cake, that's making a transaction. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be all token. The mechanism incentivizes token holders in order to earn dividends from buys and sells. Redistribution is based on percentage in the contract. Current token balance and number of holders, you receive more tokens automatically. The token contract employs a static reward system of 15% for every transaction split in 3. 7% Cake distribution, 3% of the liquidity pool, and 5% allocated to marketing. Ooh, that's me. I should get me my 5% of baby Cake. Add that to the meat vestments pile. So yeah, basically, when you go to buy this, since it's a smart contract coin on BSC, like when you go to buy it, like it's in your wallet. You know what I mean? It's not just like on a centralized. So it's gonna go to your wallet. So that's a transaction. So everybody's gonna, every time somebody buys or sells this on PancakeSwap, you're going to get Cake for it by holding on to it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Depends on how much people buy and sell it. You know, if people stop buying and sell it and there's no volume, then I guess you're not going to get a lot. So you're kind of relying on the fact that there's a lot of volume on of buys and sells for baby Cake. Sounds like a Ponzi. I wouldn't call that a Ponzi, man. It's for the liquidity of the token. So some of it goes into the liquidity. So there's always going to be liquidity for the token, which is good. But so like when you go to buy baby Cake on BSC, like Binance Smart Chain, you know, since it's a smart chain like that and it's not a centralized exchange like Coinbase, like when I buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, like it doesn't move to my wallet. Like I can send it to my wallet if I want, but it's just like credited to me. So with a DApp like that, it's going to make the swap for you. So so those fees are going to go out to people as PancakeSwap, as Cake. So there'd be 2 fees each time. So if there's a buyer, there's a seller, buyer, a seller. So there's two every time. So you could make a bit, but it's really a matter of like, are people going to be wanting to be buying and selling baby Cake, which apparently right now they are. It looks like the volume is actually going up and up and up. If you look at it on CoinMarketCap here, like the volume is just straight up. It's continuously getting larger. It's like a complete going up. So more people are starting to get to it. So it's getting a little bit popular, but it's like, how long is it going to last? You know what I mean? So Ponzi, no, not really, because you can get out at any time. Like nobody, I guess you're getting people's future fees, but it's not really intended to pay the people that are in first. Everyone's getting the same. So Ponzi, like everybody that got in first would get the biggest rewards. But this is like, it's like as people are mining, essentially, like you're getting less rewards just because like there's more people buying and selling baby Cake, and the rewards got to go out to everybody that holds it in their wallet. So all you have to do is hold it in your wallet, and every 60 minutes you get a little bit of Cake, which I'm sure it's like cents, you know, if you're not holding a lot. But if you're holding a lot, it actually could be reasonable. I don't know. Again, it depends on how long the volume keeps up. If the volume keeps up for a long time, you're going to get a lot. I'll be right back, guys. Got to take a union break. Cake was 42.5, now 11. Well, Cake is Pancake Swap though. Pancake Swap has been around for a while. Like Cake, that's different. That's Pancake Swap. Baby Cake gives you Pancake Swap by holding it. So, I guess if you want to call that a Ponzi, I don't know. But Pancake Swap, that's different. That's like the DeFi platform Pancake Swap token. So that's been around for quite a while. Baby Token gives you Pancake Swap for holding on to it for the transaction fees. It's just, I guess, personally, not my definition of a Ponzi. I got this crappy mount on this character because I'm low level, so I'm very slow. I'm glad that Meat Vestments bought $800,000 worth of baby swap, though. Baby Cake. Because MrSotko is right about his predictions 20% of the time. So that's pretty good. That's pretty reliable. Pretty reliable. Yep. Meep, what you up to? How's life in the solo lane? You missing all your dishes and shit? Brutal. Brutal is the... Oh, man. Yeah, without a woman around. I have one spoon and a fork. Yeah, man, without a woman around, dude. Fuck, man. You like fucking do shit. Stole dishes from the company. Yeah, man. It's fucking desperate times, man. Desperate shit going on. Need a washing machine? Dude, I need a washing machine too. For some reason, we have never bought a washing machine. We've lived here for 2 years. I have a dryer, but I don't have a washing machine. So we always have to go... There's like a laundromat, like right... It's like 30 seconds away. And we're like, so we're like, oh, well, I don't know if we want to buy it, you know, because then end up moving somewhere. You still have a few clean clothes left. Oh, God. Yeah, you can cycle those out for like 3 weeks. Easy, dude. Easy. Easy money, man. Cycle them out, bro. But the socks, yeah. You're gonna have to dunk them in your bathtub and then dry them on the window. Just use your body wash to wash your socks in the bathtub. Saber, how are you? It's a good idea. Yeah, I know, I'm full of them. Just kind of, that's your body wash and the bathtub, and then just kind of dry them out. That might, I mean, that might be just like a little bit crusty, but it's better than them stinking real bad and being super crusty, right? A little bit of crusty for, instead of super crusty. Just saying. They were crusty before. Saber, thanks for following me on Twitch. I appreciate that. How are you doing? Oh, sneakies. Getting out of my vision and shit. 72% less crusty. Yeah, probably. Sounds like a pretty reasonable number to go with, like when you bathtub wash your sock. And eventually you just have to get desperate and start bathtub washing with shampoo and your body wash, your clothes in the bathtub, because you just don't go to the laundromat. Oh, God. And then your clothes just reek like body wash. Like people could smell you from like space. Anti-hair loss shampoo. That's all that she left to is anti-hair loss shampoo. Oh, damn, dude. Come on, kill the boy walker. God. I don't want to have to go to a shadow for him. Don't make me do it. It's all she left you, dude. When you talk in your room, you hear an echo. Yeah. When you get that empty room. That was this room. Like, there was this whole house when I moved in. This room, too. Like, I had to get those sound... little foam sound panels, and I have them, like, all over. And then I had to... That wasn't enough. So I had to buy, like, 3 random rugs from a cheap store and, like, put them on the floor. Because there would just be this reverb in the room. Because it's just, like, all wood. Dude, these are crushing me. Like, for some reason, I can't kill these very well. Crazy times, Meep. Crazy times. Maybe you'll have to watch the movie Fight Club or something and order, like, things out of magazines for furniture and whatnot. That's true. You could buy furniture instead, or you could buy Ethereum instead of furniture. At least you got a sofa. Tokenize your sofa? Yeah, you know what you could do, Meep, is just Airbnb your place. And every time you rent out your place, you just buy Ethereum with it. So you can rent your couch. No, 9. What do you mean I need another Shadow Mage? I only had 1 to go. Alright, well, we gotta run. Oh, no, you wouldn't be there. You'd have to sleep at your... You'd have to sleep at your... In your, tobacco store or something. But you're gonna get $50 a night for your Airbnb for renting out your couch, and then that $50 can go for Ethereum. And when Ethereum goes to $10,000, that $50 is gonna be worth like maybe like $250. It's pretty sick. That's true. I mean, it ain't no joke. Yeah, I mean, you're essentially meeting meat from Meat Vestments. The meat from Meat Vestments. Like, you're renting his place. His prestigious homestead. Like, you're getting to smell the world of Meep and Meat Vestments. For a paltry $500 a night. Poultry. A fine, cool, fresh $500 per night. Then you just turn around and you buy yourself a quarter Ethereum for that. That ain't a joke. If anybody says it's a joke or thinks it's a joke, punch them right in the face. Like, we don't have time for that. Like, you just don't. Like, you just don't have time for their jokes. Like, the price is $500 to stay at Meat Vestments and breathe in his life, or don't take it. No time to mess around. Boom. I'm not even using my Arcane Elixir Wizard Oil at the moment. I'll be doing a little heapo more damage if it was. Pretty much exactly 200 base shadow. Yeah, 200 shadow damage. It's insane for level 42. Chunking them. Just means I have absolutely no mana. So I've got to do interesting things to kind of get around it.
What's up, yo?
Alright, dude, Rockets. I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate all the follows and whatnot. The couple subs and whatnot on Twitch. Appreciate that. If you guys have Twitch, please follow me. Take the link, follow me over there. Click the heart button to follow me. Sometimes I stream just on Twitch. Today I felt like both. So it's just like whatever I feel like, I guess. But it feels good to follow me on Twitch, I promise you. I'll catch you guys next time. I'll probably stream this Friday. I'm not sure what the topic is going to be. Probably accumulate everything up to this point and then talk about it on Friday. Where the market's going and stuff. I'll look into it a little bit more, get a better idea what's going on. But for me at the moment, it doesn't look that amazing. It looks like it's gonna keep going down. But I hope it turns around. I don't know. Somebody was saying the futures expire at the end of the month, and they do every last Friday. But you know, that doesn't mean that people could be betting short on their futures next time. So Just because futures expire doesn't mean it goes up in price. They might be betting completely the opposite and betting it going down. So I'll catch you guys next time.